With fall in full swing, more moments call for more comfort. Mack Weldon's got you covered with comfortable, easy-to-layer clothes designed for cooler days and timeless style. Their new Ace line, inspired by their best-selling sweatpants, combines everyday comfort with long-lasting and confident looks you can count on. For over a decade, Mack Weldon has designed timeless, innovative menswear to help you move through the day with confidence. Not flashy, just classic, always in style, and made from the world's most comfortable performance materials. Fall into comfort with Mack Weldon's Ace collection. Go to MackWeldon.com and get 20% off your first order of $125 or more with promo code MAC25. That's MackWeldon.com, promo code MAC25.
All right, man, and news for the run. Let's get into it. Welcome back to the run with me, Manny Wilson. We got some news to cover all the way from the MLB. Playoffs is here in the MLB, so you know what that means. It's getting serious out here. My Tigers are, hey man, we might move to the next round, we might not, but game 3 in this first wild card matchup is happening today. We're tied with the Guardians 1-1, and we play today, man. I mean, a winner will go on to play the Mariners, so it'll be interesting to see. You got the Red Sox and the Yankees, which is also happening, and that's going to be another good matchup. They're tied 1-1 right now. The winner of this matchup between the Red Sox and the Yankees will go on to play the Blue Jays. Then the Dodgers, they just recently beat the Reds 2-0 in that first wild card matchup, so now they're going to play the Phillies. I think this is going to be a great matchup. Dodgers-Phillies, a series to watch for sure. Padres and the Cubs, hey, they're playing their game 3 today. Padres, they won the previous game, which was game 2. Cubs won the first one, but winner will take all and go on to play the Brewers. So, man, interesting stuff here in the MLB. Obviously, some great matchups coming on, but I really hope, I mean, I've been saying it from the jump. I hope we get a Tigers-Cubs World Series. It was a couple great games in game 2 that we witnessed. I mean, all of the games were honestly great, but I'm really hoping we get a Tigers-Cubs World Series. Guardians, I was pissed at the Guardians yesterday because, dog, that was insane. All the way to the bottom of the 8th, and then just magically, I think it was Rocchio or something like that. Man just started hitting homers. It was frustrating. He hit a homer, and then it just unleashed. They had an insane 8th inning, and that pretty much sealed everything for the Guardians to win that second game. But game 3, winner take all. So we'll see. Other than that, look, NFL stuff we have happening here. And Thursday night football, we have the 49ers versus the Rams, and this should be a great matchup here between these two teams. The Vikings and the Browns will start off on Sunday in England, so they got the early morning game. Then you got the Raiders and the Colts playing each other in Indiana. Giants and the Saints. Cowboys will take on the New York Jets. In Jersey, Broncos versus Eagles. The Dolphins versus the Panthers. Houston Texans versus the Ravens. No Lamar Jackson. He is out with a hamstring injury. Titans versus the Cardinals should be a good matchup. It's going to be in Arizona. Titans still looking for their first win. They're 0-4 right now, and there's been some rough play for them. Cardinals are 2-2, so they're looking to build on that and add to that momentum. The Buccaneers and Seahawks will play each other. Now, there's been some talks about the Buccaneers. No Bucky Irvin. There's also Baker Mayfield is dealing with multiple injuries, but he might still play. Last week, there was reports coming out of Baker Mayfield that he had some injuries going on and he was questionable, but he ended up playing in that game against the Eagles and did pretty solid. So I'm sure Baker Mayfield will probably play. The Lions versus the Bengals. Initially, I thought this was going to be a great matchup, but the Bengals have no Joe Burrow, so I'm sure it'll be an absolute snooze fest. Or if you're Lions fans, it will be a party for you. The Commanders and the Chargers will take on each other. No Jaden Daniels for the Commanders, still out with, I think it was an ankle injury. I have to double check that, but definitely fact check that. But no Jaden Daniels will be playing in this matchup against the Chargers in California. Patriots will play the Bills in this division matchup. Bills are 4-0, so they're looking to go 5-0, and Patriots 2-2. They've been solid on the road so far. They're 1-0, and, you know, of course, the Bills are 3-0 at home, so that doesn't really help their case. But Bills definitely going to win this game here. Then Monday Night Football, we finally just have a regular one slate game for Monday Night Football. Chiefs and Jaguars are going to be playing in Jacksonville, so interesting matchups, but I definitely think the Chiefs will take the dub here and, you know, wrap up the game. Now, however, so some other things happening. As I said, the Philadelphia Eagles are in the news, man. Eagles offense, they got some things going on. So AJ Brown, man, he's unhappy. The Eagles are 4-0, but he's kind of unhappy. There's a little trouble in paradise here for the Philadelphia Eagles. And I personally understand why AJ Brown is unhappy, but he said some things on social media, put out a couple cryptic posts. You would just have to look it up. I don't have it here, but he posted some cryptic posts about, not being appreciated and possibly leaving. Of course, I'm paraphrasing, but honestly, I understand why AJ Brown is unhappy. Like, I get it. And it's not necessarily just AJ Brown is being a diva because he's not receiving the ball or anything like that. But with him being unhappy about the Eagles offensive game plan, like, I get it, because the Eagles offense stinks right now. So how can you not be on AJ Brown's side of the offense being bad and that they need to try something else and get him the ball, because they're bottom 5 in total offensive yards. Third from the last spot. Bottom 5 in total offensive yards. They're bottom 5 in yards per game. The Eagles have the highest 3-and-out rate offensively in the league right now. So if I'm AJ Brown, I understand everything, all the frustrations that's there, because the Eagles have a certain standard. They have a certain standard that is not bottom 5 in offense of the NFL. That's not bottom 5 in yards per game in the NFL. So I get why AJ Brown is frustrated about that, especially when you're a caliber or a type of player that can add so much to the offense. You can contribute so much to the offense and really help them out. So there I get the whole narrative of, he's being a bad teammate. He's being a diva. He just wants the touches and they're winning, so he should be okay. I get it. But let's be honest. Yeah, the Eagles had some tough battles so far in the first 4 weeks. They beat some respectable teams, but they weren't necessarily pretty wins. And I get it. Every win is, wins ain't got to be pretty every time. You just got to win a game. So I understand that part. But bottom 5 offensively is not the Eagles standard. And there's probably more frustration in that, but of course, the thing that everybody's going to bring to light is he's not getting the ball, and he's being upset because they're not getting the ball. So I get it. Yeah, they're winning. They should be happy about that. But on the flip side, like, AJ Brown being a leader on that team probably wants the Eagles to reach their full potential offensively, which is being explosive, being a team that can beat you in multiple ways, of having big plays, of running the ball, of being able to throw and get the ball downfield, especially when you are wide open at times and you're only getting the bogus routes of slants and things like that, and you're getting overlooked. So, these things do make a difference. And I think the bigger picture here too is, ultimately it's week 4. So it's a lot of room for the team to improve. And it will happen, but it's kind of scary that the Eagles are 4-0 and this offense is bottom 5 right now, because, man, that's scary. This team has beaten some respectable teams with the bottom 5 offense, total yards, and all of these different things. But when they get it together, that's going to be even more scary. Like, they've beaten all playoff teams so far besides the Cowboys, and the Cowboys are still a pretty decent team in the NFL. They're pretty good so far, definitely offensively. So, when the Eagles continuously find ways to win, even though the offense is getting stalled out and not really looking fluid, it says a lot, because once they do get it rolling, if they get it rolling, then they will be a very difficult team to beat. Because right now, a lot of these games that they're winning is because of the defense, because the defense is showing up big and showing up strong, showing up week after week and actually making things happen. So it'll be interesting to see what happens against the Broncos in this matchup. Now, Broncos is a team, they're also been trying to figure some things out, but above all, this is a team you can beat. Another playoff team. They're 2-2. They haven't really won much on the road, 0-2 on the road. But above all, I see this game here being, in a way, kind of a trap game. Now, the Eagles, they've been focused for the most part. So I don't really want to say they'll end up losing or anything. And they've showed us time after time, week after week, that they can find ways to win. It's just if the offense will actually get rolling, if it will look good. And, I think the whole narrative of, AJ Brown is, he's not getting targets, so he's upset. That whole narrative is cool. I get it. Like, it's valid. He probably is upset that he's not getting targets. But the bigger picture here and the other factors that go into this matter is the fact that the offense is also not flowing well. the offense is stinking up the place right now. So these things make a huge difference when you talk about players' frustration, especially when you talk about a captain on the team, someone who's already won multiple championships and someone who has a certain standard for the offense on the Eagles. Because I'm going to tell you right now, man, having the highest 3-and-out rate in the NFL is not it. Being almost dead last in total yards in the NFL is not it. Being almost dead last in yards per game is not it. So I understand that A.J. Brown's not getting the ball, but there's a bigger issue here with the Philadelphia Eagles than, A.J. Brown is just not getting targets, so he's upset. No, it seems like A.J. Brown needs to get targets. And if anything, it seems like he has every right to be upset that he's not getting targets, because clearly whatever the hell the Eagles is doing right now is not working at all. So I understand the frustration, and part of me is on A.J. Brown's side of, yeah, you know what? Be vocal about it. Be vocal about how bad the offense is. Who cares if you guys are winning? But we all know, watching games in the NFL, sometimes you win games that you're not supposed to. Sometimes other team loses the game more than you actually win it. So these things are all a factor here, and it's all part of the bigger issue. But A.J. Brown, man, I'm actually on his side in this situation. So usually I'm not on the side of receivers crying about not getting the ball. I think to an extent you do have to just be okay with your team winning in certain game plans, certain weeks, because some weeks you might have to run the ball more and things like that. But ultimately, week 4, he had a solid game against the Rams. They threw the ball, obviously, but if one thing ain't working, then you got to go to the next. And it seems like A.J. Brown is understanding that, hey, whatever we're trying to do on the offensive end is not working. So we need to go to the next of getting me the ball, getting somebody else the ball, throwing the ball, whatever the case is. So it'll be interesting to see how the Eagles look in week 5 against the Broncos, but I don't know. I'm excited to see what they do. So we'll see. Other than that, look, man, that's all I got for you guys. So I really do appreciate you tuning in, hanging with me. I'm going to leave on a positive note, and the positive note here, it's just going to be, try hard, man. Just try your best. Try your best at whatever you're doing. Try your best at whatever you're doing. And when you think that you gave your best, add a little more. Do the LeBron. Take 2 more. Add some more fire to the fuel and try and crank it up a notch. And then maybe you are giving your best effort after you already tried. And then just take that, keep adding on. So, just keep resetting your best, I guess, if you will. I guess that's the common denominator here is, set the standard. You reach that standard, set the new standard. But it all starts with just trying at first. So you definitely want to just try at whatever it is, you want to do. So I'll leave it at that. Other than that, man, that's all I got for you guys. I really do appreciate it. Follow us on Instagram at The Run Podcast, TikTok at The Run Podcast, YouTube, The Run with Manny Wilson. Search it up. And then other than that, I think that's it. Send it to a cousin, a brother, uncle, niece, nephew, coworker, friend, family member. Promise you they not gonna mind. Worst case, they just want to listen. And that's cool. It is what it is. But other than that, man, that's all I got for you. So appreciate you tuning in, and we will be back later on next week, and so on and so on and so on.